Hey y'all, it's Jeff Wiseman in Park City, and I want to share an experience with me that I've had recently with background extra work. And specifically, I'm talking about here in Park City at I think it's now called the Utah Film Studios. It was the Park City Film Studios, but it's the 3 sound stages, the whole complex. It's up there at Quinn's Junction. Right now, Kevin Costner and Taylor Sheridan, director, writer, producer, whatever, they've got control of all 3 stages, and they're doing a lot of work up here. Big budget movie. So they just wrapped probably today with filming, but they'll be hopefully back for season 2. But if not, another production will be there. So background acting. There are easy ways to get on and picked for background acting. The question is this something that you really want to do? So I'm going to give some tips for those of us that are into it and going to continue to do background extra work. And I'm going to do some tips on and share my stories of what happened on shoots that I was on. So go ahead and click down there on the subscribe button, and I'm gonna put a couple of these out, and whenever it's fresher on my mind. So background acting. Okay, on to my experience most recently. Not necessarily a tip. Paramount, Park City Film Studios. It's basically less than 10 minutes from my house. On Facebook, there's a Yellowstone Extras page. You can follow it, and then it shows up on your feed, and it tells you what they're looking for, what days. And here's the deal. They pay minimum wage, which boils down to about $101 for 12 hours. They're guaranteeing, or they're paying you that for that 12 hours. They'll feed you for lunch or dinner or breakfast, depending on your call time. Food sometimes is good, sometimes it's mediocre at best, but it's part of your compensation package, so take advantage of it. If you don't like it, don't eat it. If you like it, go back for seconds or thirds. No one cares. As long as there's food there, it's for you to eat. So here's what happened to me with background acting. I put in for a hospital scene. They were looking for doctors, orderlies, nurses, patients, and then just people walking in off the street. They're trying to make the background of the hospital hall or hospital lobby look legit. And when you watch movies as a background extra, you're going to start looking at the background, where right now, if you're not doing background, you're just looking at the stars in the front. You're not really focusing on the back. First off, in the background, you're going to notice you're blurred out. So even if you do make that shot for a split second, you're going to be blurred. No one's ever going to tell that it's Jeff Wiseman in the background. Trust me on this. I put in for this scene. You reply by email, you fill out a thing on the website, and for background extras, all they want is a current headshot, which means a selfie. I did this, and then they want a full body shot. So you can set this down on a table, have a friend hold it, put it on timer mode if you're doing it by yourself, and give them a full body shot. You don't need to spend a lot of money, and you don't need to do your makeup. They don't want that. You're gonna be blurred in the background. They just want to see about what your blur is gonna look like. So I got picked real quick. A couple years ago, I would have gotten the doctor's positions real easy because my beard was thin, 3/8 of an inch at the most. And I kept it neat to my face, but now I'm growing it out, so I kind of look homeless. So I got chosen to be a patient. They send you a text message the night before the day you're working. So they told me I was putting in for Tuesday. That's all they told me. I didn't know if I was going to have a 6 a.m. call time. I didn't know if I was going to have a 6 p.m. call time. I just was committing to work that Tuesday. So you get a text which sends you a link to a website. On the website it tells you, hey, patients, my call time was 1:30 p.m. So I'm thinking, oh, that's good. There were some patients and there were some doctors that were showing up at 8 a.m. So I'm thinking 1:30, I'm going to be out of there early because they've got the production staff that's there at 7. They're getting there an hour before or 30 minutes before the extras are getting there. I thought it'd be easy. So I show up right on time at 1:30. It's easy. I'm less than 10 minutes from the house. There's people that were there for that same 1:30 call time that had already been there, done their paperwork, gone through wardrobe, hair, and makeup, and were sitting in the holding area. Get used to that. Holding area. You're going to be held hostage. Trust me on this. So I get there. I go through the paperwork. I go to wardrobe. And they were running low on stuff. They were sending staff to Walmart to buy more scrubs for the nurses. So they put me in one of those gowns that's open in the back. And they gave me 2 of them, so one would open in front, one in the back, so backside wasn't seen every time I bent over. And I was going to be a patient. So I'm back to the holding area. So after I finished with wardrobe, they sent me to hair and makeup. And basically, I went in like this. And all 3 of the hair and makeup girls, they looked at me and they go, oh, you're good, you're fine. I'm like, really? You don't want to mess with my hair or beard? Or I was kind of hoping for a little free trim on the side, trying to make what I can as being an extra. And they go, no, you're good. So, I don't know, I should have taken a hint at that point. But, so now it's not even been an hour, and I'm back in the holding area. I was there until, I think it was 6 o'clock. So from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we did not move, except to go into the room 50 feet that way to get lunch. So they were serving lunch at 4 o'clock. We got fed. I was there till 6 o'clock until they moved us to another holding area at the Park City. There's some medical clinic behind that new emergency care bonanza area. The Yellowstone movie had the whole parking lot, all the street parking, and I'm pretty sure they had the whole building. So they were doing multiple shots, multiple scenes, multiple setups, upstairs and downstairs, and in the halls and in the office. So anyways, I'm there at 6 o'clock. A few people from our group got called out, handpicked, one at a time. They went and they're back in 5 or 10 minutes at the most. So what they were people walking down the hall, this way, that way, as the main characters were talking in the middle of the hall, or they walked out of one room and into another room or crossed the hall. Made the hallways look busy. Guarantee you they were blurred out. So I never got picked. So around 9 o'clock, I think, maybe it was 8:30, the producer's assistant comes by, he goes, that's a wrap, extras, y'all are done, y'all can go back, get in on the bus, go back to the holding area and check out. I never got picked. I got paid for the 101, plus they had a gas bump, because most people were coming in from Salt Lake of like $34. I should get that too. They advertised it to everybody. And they will take all the taxes and fees out of that check, so it's not the total. You get full taxed out in 1099, or I think they call it W-2 nowadays. It's been so long since I've had one. So basically, it's a big nothing, big zero for me. And that is not untypical for me or for a background extra to not get picked. I didn't have the look, or maybe the PA didn't think I fit for that. I didn't look sick enough, or Maybe I look too sick. Either way, the few people that did get picked, less than 5 or 10 minutes on set, and the camera could not be rolling for that full 5 or 10 minutes. That's part of being a background extra. So I've got more tips. I've got more stories of other times I've been a background actor. Leave your stories, leave your tips down below too. So it's Jeff Wiseman in Park City. See you.